You are live. ChatGPT.
All right, let's wait for people to filter in. And we'll get started.
Sugar.
On my webinar here. Okay. Okay, hello, everybody. Welcome to CB2 Street Activities Resiliency Committee October 2025 meeting. We have a number of applications tonight for street activities. And then we're going to wrap up with our annual discussion of district needs and budget priorities, as we do generally every October. And so just to note for folks online, there have been a couple last minute changes to the agenda. Item 7 has been withdrawn, the Bureau Block Party. Former item 13 is off, which was the street renaming ceremony. And I believe everything else should be good.
Sansi?
No, it's not even on. It's not on the printed one. It's former number 13. So we have here sitting in the room myself, Will Benish, Chair of the Street Activity and Resiliency Committee. We also have committee members in the room: Ryder Kessler, Eddie Siegel, and Amy Brenna. So and we have Rocio Sands as well. So we do have a quorum, and we will begin. As usual, we will hear the presentation from each applicant. We will then open it up to questions and comments from the committee and board, and then we'll follow that for each event with questions and comments from the public. So since we have a couple folks in the room with us tonight, we're going to start with application 3, and then we will go to everyone else who is online. So yeah, without further ado, you want to come up to the table as well so people can hear you?
All right.
So this is the Aim Leon Dior.
Aimé Leon Dor. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but it is a clothing store that lives at Mulberry. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you in person. That lives on Mulberry Street. It's 224 Mulberry Street, so east side of Mulberry between Spring and Prince. And October 15th to 17, they have a new line of clothing rolling out, and as part of the fun, they wanted to place 3 to 5 branded vehicles in the curb lane in front of the store. They have a partnership with Porsche, so they are Porsche, like classic Porsches that are branded for the store. So each day, well, I have 3 days. It's possible that they're going to cut to 1 or 2 days, but they haven't determined that yet. So I just wanted to make sure that I have all 3 in case they did decide to go all 3 days. Vehicles will arrive between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And will be in place from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., which are the store hours. And then once the store closes, the vehicles will be removed. They'll do that daily for each day of the event, so the cars won't stay there overnight. From a staffing perspective, we have 4 security guards that are on post to keep an eye on the vehicles, as well as to make sure there isn't any extended loitering or people just hanging around out on the street to help kind of keep things organized and moving. And then there will also be 2 porters who are going to be continuously kind of sweeping and going out into the space to make sure there isn't any trash or garbage or anything else left behind. Quick site plan. It's just basically as simple as it can be. 5 cars parked in front of the store. Maybe 3 to 5 somewhere. So I'm waiting for confirmation on how many cars it's actually going to be. That's basically it. It's pretty simple one.
This happened a few months ago.
They did a not too dissimilar one a few months ago, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was perfectly fine, but the one difference was I think it ended up being a full street closure and not a curb lane closure.
So I think the police came by that day and decided on their own that they thought it would be better if the street was closed. We did not request the street closure and we didn't ask for it. But I recall, I think it's 5th precinct there, 5th. So 5th precinct decided that they wanted to shut it down for the day. That wasn't our request then. It's not our request now. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to do it again?
The reason I'm going to say no is because I think part of the reason last time they did close it is because there was dining shed on the opposite side of the street that was wider than legally allowed, and it kind of pinched the street down a bit. That is not there, and then the one that there is actually the right size, so you can have cars parked, a safe traffic lane, and that's our intention, is to just kind of keep it open, just a vehicle display. Yes, sir.
Will there be enough distance in the street for emergency vehicles, fire
Yes.
trucks and all?
Yeah, we feel confident that there is.
And so what's the address? 224
224 Mulberry, yeah.
Trying to just see it on where the sheds were and where they are not anymore.
Yeah, that big one
Uh-huh.
is not there anymore like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was way too big.
What's the one across the street? Are this one still there?
No,
Okay. So the
No.
one that was at, what restaurant is that? Little Ruby's.
yeah, that was across the street from us.
These planters are not in the curb lane anymore?
No, actually, I shouldn't say that. The cafe does have seating, but we're obviously going to be before or after that. We're not going to disturb that. That's their own cafe. It's their own store.
So are they going like up north or south on the street?
It will be north. And we won't block
And
the
there's a
garage.
garage
and stuff like
there,
that. Yeah, we won't block that.
Is there any amplified sound?
No. No giveaways, it's simply a display.
Okay.
So people are just walking by and looking at it?
Yeah, I mean, you can take your picture. I mean, if it's not on Instagram, did it really actually happen? But the idea is, yeah, it's like, so take a quick picture, come into the store, do some shopping, kind of a little extension of their store space.
When you did it the last time, how much traffic did you have?
It's not like supreme popular. It's a little bit higher end in terms of like the type of clothing that they have and the clientele that they have. So I think over the course of the day, over the course of the 8-hour day, they had like 300-400 people come through. But that's obviously over the course of an 8-hour day. So it was a pretty smooth flow.
And so they spend most of the time inside the store?
Yeah.
And this is a Wednesday through Friday?
Yes,
It's not a weekend?
correct.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
Is that?
I think we've heard enough.
Oh, okay, fair
Let me
enough.
check the Zoom. My hand is raised.
You have a question?
No. Okay, I don't see any other hands raised. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Glad to see you guys.
I'll try to make it by again.
Yeah. So next, we're gonna go now to the top of the agenda. We're gonna start with Armadillo Gaia. I'm not sure if we're gonna come because there was some back and forth there at the end. Whether it was a production event. Please raise your hand if you're here from Armadillo Gaia.
And then make
Okay, we do have someone here. Mark, can you make me a
Sure.
host? 1 second. Anna, we'll promote you. Give us 1 sec. Okay. Okay. How do I do that? I think you might already be. I don't know. It just gives me the option to make you the host. All right, I'm going to promote Anna. It says make host or revoke co-host permission. So it looks like you might already be a co-host. Hi, Anna.
Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad I was able to
Yes.
Zoom easily.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I know you were going back and forth with Florence and I didn't hear exactly where that ended. So maybe since you're here, if you could just give us a quick overview of your event, that would be great.
Yeah, of course. So our client is having an art gallery exhibition in a venue that they've rented. This is my first time applying for a permit, so I had put that we want to have a curb and a sidewalk, but now I know that we only need a curb lane just for our truck to come in to do load in. We're not activating outside of the venue at all. It's a completely private event.
Okay. So no ropes and stanchion, no red carpet or anything.
No, not this time.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we normally wouldn't review just a pure production parking, but we just weren't sure. So thank you for coming. How many people are going to be inside at the event?
So our load in is 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, 4 days and Monday. And then we're open to the public for only 3 days. And we're having a private party, I believe, Monday night.
And you don't foresee a line any of those 3 days?
No,
Okay.
it's a luxury rug company, so we don't think there will be too many people. No, I'm sure it's a great product, though. It's a great product, but yeah.
But niche product.
The
What's,
lottery, maybe you can go shop there.
what's the address of where it's going to be?
It's 13-17 Crosby Street.
Luxury rug company.
Yes, didn't even know those existed. So
What's the name of the company?
it's called Armadillo. They're a company based out of Australia. So this is their first pop-up. Definitely.
And you're with the production company?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I think Pete has a comment, so I'm going to let Pete go ahead.
Is it about this or?
I don't know. Pete, did you have a comment on this one?
Yeah, I'm just curious for the production load in. Is there any construction of items or work or what will be loaded in that will take place on the sidewalk?
No, there won't be. We'll just be loading everything inside. So nothing will be, left on the sidewalk at any point in time, just being moved across it.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. I think, anybody else have anything in here?
Nope.
All right. Thank you for showing up, Anna. We really
Sure.
appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. Do we have anyone from item 2, Rails No Lita, October 14th, Elizabeth between Houston and Prince? Yes. Rachel, I'm promoting you.
Can you put your own hand down? Can you put your own hand down?
Sorry.
It's just giving my very anal perception. There we go. Thank you.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome. Doing well.
Thank you. All right, so my name's Rachel. I work with Rails Clothing. Coincidentally, we have an armadillo rug in our new store that we'll be discussing. But we just opened our new men's store on the corner of Prince and Elizabeth a few weeks ago. So we are hosting primarily a private event, invite only, inside of our store. But we are requesting some space outside of the store with ropes and stanchions to, stage and route our invited guests through into the store. This is our first time applying for any sort of city permit related to an event. So forgive me if I'm missing any information here. But in that stanchion space, we would have, a little table display to display some of our handout items for our invited guests. I've been corresponding with Halia, who was the representative assigned to my event, and she advised that it would be good to hand out some items to the public, so we can include that as well. We also have flyers that we can hand out to announce our new store, but this is mainly an event for editors, influencers, and invited friends of the brand for a meet and greet with the host and company owner.
And how many people do you expect, how many people are you inviting to the event?
We're anticipating and hoping for around 40 to 60 guests.
So you're not expecting a queue really at any point, yeah?
Expecting what, sorry?
Are you really expecting a line with only 40 to 60 people outside?
So that's the hope, is to use the stanchions to help guide any overflow. In speaking with Halia as well, I requested we would like to use an additional stanchion area on the other side of the building. So on the northeast corner of Prince and Elizabeth Street, which is basically immediately in front of our storefront. If there were any overflow and we needed to do any further crowd control, we were requesting to add that to our sidewalk usage.
So right now, sorry, where are you planning on?
It's a diagram.
Along Elizabeth? Do you have a diagram or anything?
Sure, absolutely. Would I be able to share my screen? Yes.
Should be able to.
So in the first initial request that was uploaded, this is the area that we're hoping to do the stanchion rope and staging. This is what was applied in the permit request. And this is kind of a preview of how that would look. So it's on Elizabeth Street by the corner. Now, what I asked if would be possible would be to add on Prince Street as well, another set of stanchions, just in case we needed to control further lines, if that was needed or necessary. And we would still be, we measured our sidewalks, we would still be allowing for 5-foot clearance on either side for public passway.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on Elizabeth Street, because the diagram doesn't look like you have 5 feet.
Perhaps it might not be to scale in here, but when we measured a 13-foot sidewalk.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then you said that you might also be handing out stuff. Where would that happen?
So we have just a station display here where we have our, goodie bags. Let's see, I can show you here, that we were gonna do for invited guests only. And then we were gonna give away just flyers as well to passerbys, announcing the new store. I discussed with Halia and I wanted to see if they felt anything more was necessary to hand out to the public. And if so, we can certainly offer some of our, fabric cotton totes with the print of the store on it.
It's just that if you start handing things out to the public, how are you gonna control that? I mean,
Sure.
how would
Yeah.
that-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, can you explain where that would happen on this diagram?
Yeah, and we can happily, coordinate it where we feel that traffic would not impact, for example, the crosswalk. So we can do it towards the northern end of our sidewalk stanchion area so that, crowd control is still, clean and organized, which would be like right here.
With only 40 to 60 people, I can't imagine this clogging up the streets for very long at all, even if they all happen to arrive on the same party bus at one point.
No, I wasn't talking about that, but if they said handing out.
No, I know. I'm just saying in addition to this, so that, I appreciate the rule that Sapo was saying about including the community in your event, but you're imposing less on the streets than other private events sometimes do. So I would not feel quite as obligated perhaps this time.
I also, I wouldn't set up a second rope and stanchion. It just seems like that's more confusing and
Sure.
more likely to lead to people kind of
More people.
walking around without clarity about where to go. And if
Yeah.
the crowd is not big enough to justify a second line, so just do the one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see why you really need it with 40 to 60, but it's good that you're taking a precaution.
And there's a sound permit you applied for as well. Can you explain why?
Yeah, we were just gonna have a small DJ friend of ours play on low amplified music, from his laptop for just a playlist. Sorry?
Indoors?
In that little stationed area, so at one of the tables, it would just be playing.
On the sidewalk?
Yeah, we were filing that with the New York City PD for a sound permit.
Okay, that wasn't in the original, that you didn't tell us that before.
It was requested in the portal when I submitted it. It said that I needed to file for a sound permit with New York PD when I mentioned there would be amplified music.
All right, can you pull the diagram back up again then? Sorry.
Of course.
Where in that is the?
We would just be stationing, the speaker in the table cabinet. It has shelves in it, and then the laptop to play it from, I guess, would go right here as well.
I think we would discourage that because that will be more disruptive than anything else that you're planning. And also, if it really is just 40 to 60 people walking in and taking a goodie bag, it feels like overkill to have entertainment for that, just like 30-second entrance. And it just like opens up a lot of cans of worms about talking to the neighbors and like all the things that more disruptive activities have to go through that really seems like not worth the return on the investment.
Got you. Okay, so you're saying you don't think it's necessary to file for a sound permit either?
Well, I think I think you just shouldn't have the DJ. If you're gonna have the DJ, you need to have the permit, but I think you should just forget the DJ, play music inside and don't have music outside.
What you're saying is that if you have amplified music, you then have to start notifying all the neighbors, putting out flyers and contacting everybody around and letting them know it's happening and getting flyers out and talking to people, or just saying that maybe you should think about if you think it's really necessary.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna cause extra work for you.
Sure, okay.
So what is your vision, though? Tell us why you wanted to do this music outside. What is the vision?
I think to create an ambiance and draw, a little bit of attention of what's that over there, as we have our new store, people might see, people filing in, and it just draws a little bit of buzz of what is that and a little bit of attention.
These are invited people, right?
Yes, this is an invite party.
But they already know that they're invited to this event.
She's about the public, the public.
Yeah, more to the
I'm at the
public.
public. People walk.
Yeah, but in the public, will also be able to attend?
No.
No,
No, this would be invite only. I think
right.
perhaps to the exclusivity and seeing what's that over there.
Right.
Walking by with to pay attention.
Right.
I just don't see with the fact that there's like a tree pit right there. I'm looking at Google Maps. There's like a fire hydrant and a tree pit literally almost in front of the edge of the store there.
Right.
That's not on your thing.
Okay.
Do you know that? You obviously know that, but it's not on the diagram.
The post that's here. Yeah.
There's like a fire hydrant and then a whole tree pit.
Oh, the tree pit. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't see if anything gets to that point I don't see how, as you've drawn it now, that where the edge of those stanchions is like up against the edge of the tree pit. So I don't see how there's 5 feet at all. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
I can pull it up on here. If you let me share on Google Maps, because I'm just trying to figure out how there's a 5 foot, how we,
Should they move it to the Elizabeth Street?
I don't know. See, so this is what it looks like, there. So
Right.
Oh, yeah.
if you have a DJ up against the wall, there's no way there's a 5 foot of squeezing in between that tree pit and where the DJ station and stuff is, right? Unless I'm looking at it wrong.
I think from where we were, we would not go all the way up to the white of the building on our side, but yes, I see what you're saying. And I think with the flexibility of the stanchion rope, can certainly scale it in to make sure that there is 5 foot clearance.
But it just feels like any line on this side is going to block That little, it's like barely 5 feet in between
What does the Elizabeth Street side look like?
Elizabeth Street. This is an old, it doesn't, Google doesn't
Yeah.
up-to-date version. So this is like an old view. I don't know if there's a tree pit there now or anything,
Mhm.
but this side definitely looks better.
That side, yeah.
I would recommend just a short entryway on Elizabeth with no, or sorry, on Prince here with, I don't see where there's room for the DJ though.
Okay, so if we scaled back and did not do the DJ, I think the hope would be that we could still do it on the Elizabeth Street side, as we have like a, you know, a nice mural on our storefront, and that is a visual element that we were hoping to feature in that area.
You might have room to like stand there and give out flyers, but if there's like an actual queue, it seems tougher.
Okay,
I mean, I can go, I don't know. I'm just looking on Google Maps, so I don't have a perfect view, but that's what
of course,
that's what I
yeah.
see on Maps now.
Okay, and if we, you know, tried to scale down our stanchions enough to ensure that there was 5-foot clearance, would that be acceptable?
I mean, I think if you had people right up against the wall there, it would work, but it sounds like you wanted to have other stuff up against the wall.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Does anyone else have anything?
So are you set on that street and you don't want to do it on the other side?
It was the hope that we could feature, you know, we have a mural on our store, on the side on the Elizabeth Street. That was a feature that we were hoping to have as kind of the backdrop to it. But I can certainly relay to the owner, you know, if it's not going to be accepted on the Elizabeth Street side, that, you know, if we have to route things around, we can certainly do that.
I mean, to me, if on that side you're passing out a flyer in the bag and then people get in the queue on the print side,
Sure.
I think it works. I just don't see how you can have a queue standing there
Mhm.
blocking that on the Elizabeth side. I just don't see how that like physically works.
Okay,
But if there was no tree pit, I think it would work with this tree pit there.
right.
But I think like if you do the handoff there, people go around, again, we're only talking 40 to 60 people, right? You do the
Yeah.
handoff and they get in a queue on the Prince Street side, that I think works.
Okay,
I
I can
think
relay those notes.
stanchions way in.
Yeah.
Sorry?
So on the Elizabeth Street side, you move the stanchions way in.
Right.
Yeah, and you have people just walk by and get the
Yeah,
bag and then
yeah,
actually
yeah.
stand online on
You
it.
have somebody standing outside and saying, please go around.
And I think that works.
Okay, got you.
See, we're events people too.
Yeah. All right, hopefully that makes it work. Anyone else have anything? Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you.
Get it. Okay. Next, we have item 4, Overland Entertainment, green between Canal and Grand. Yes, Laura. Hi, Laura. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. All right, this is Overland Entertainment. Right now, the only details that I have is for October 17th. On the 15th and the 16th, we cannot have that curb lane because there's a sucker hut that's going to be on the west side of Green Street between Canal and Grand Street. So we're figuring out where we're going to try to do our load in with the city.
Okay.
This is the name of the application is Overland Entertainment, People Inc. It's a Better Homes and Garden Red Plaid Cafe. It's sessions of people that have, it's actually been already completely booked, but it's sessions of people attending sessions, and there's a VIP private session early in the day, and then 4 other sessions that were open to the public. I'll just go down the questionnaire if you like and relay the questions or relay my answers that way. Would that be helpful?
Sure. I'm looking through. if you sent us, is there a diagram or anything, or?
I sent a site plan and run a show. I can, if you like, I'll share my screen. The site plan is my version, so I can share my screen. And here's my site plan.
So is this basically just, is it for queuing for an indoor?
Exactly. We're asking for the curb lane on the west side, on the west curb lane. Bike rack barricade set up for a guest queue. We want to keep the sidewalk open for the public right of way. And
Okay, so queue in the curb lane, not the sidewalk, okay.
correct.
Okay, I see. West curb lane, front of 21 Green.
I can stop
And
sharing.
so the pop-up is open for 3 days, but you don't think you can use the curb lane?
No. The pop-up is open for 1 day, October 17th. But
Okay,
we requested a production load-in curb lane for the 15th and the 16th. We can't have that curb lane because there's going to be a succa hut that's put up closer towards Canal Street. So we're in the process of figuring out with the city right now where we can stage our trucks for the load-in.
I see, okay. Okay, so this is and how much length of the curb lane do you think you will need for the queue?
Well, we've got 100 guests per session. So that's what we're kind of basing this guest queue on, is people that arrive early for the, so I'm thinking 75 feet, 100 feet.
Okay. But everything is already pre-booked, so like if other people try to show up, they can't, you won't let them get on the line, right?
At the end of the day, if the session isn't filled completely, if everybody that has RSVP, then they would be allowed to register, but it's completely booked on the website. It's Better Homes and Gardens, Red Plaid Cafe. We will not be taking any spaces in front of prohibited areas or no stopping zones. Like I said, it's 5 sessions. It's an hour and a half for each session, 500 total guests. We will not be using scissor lifts or anything else. The activation date is October 17th between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., but again, ticketed and limited to the number of guests. There is food and drink being served inside the venue, nothing outside of the venue.
And no music or amplified sound outside?
No music, no amplified sound, none of that. No sidewalk stickering, stenciling, talking or anything, none of that. Social media promotion through Better Homes and Gardens, but they've already booked all of the sessions. They have celebrity speakers. I've not heard of anybody except one. Craig Conover, Kristen Kish, Ellie Rollo, and Brie Larson.
Have coffee together.
Sorry, I don't, I'm not privy. Is someone asking a question?
No, we're just chatting.
Oh, okay. Brand ambassadors picking up the trash in between the sessions. I have a security officer out there for line management. 21 Green venue is ADA compliant.
It seems fine. Yes, I know.
That's fine. Anyone have anything?
No.
Any comments from the public? Okay,
Hey, enjoy your evening, everybody.
all right. Okay, houseplant and Shopify pop-up, October 16th to 19th, also on Green Street, different block. Sophia. Thanks.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia, welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
All right. This is the first time I'm also applying, so apologies if I'm missing any information. But I'm Sophia, I'm with Shopify, and we are hosting Houseplant, which is a home goods brand for a short-term retail pop-up. We are applying for a partial sidewalk closure just to authorize like limited sidewalk use just for the line. We will be using stanchions, on-site staff, and security as needed just to maintain the required clear pedestrian path at all times. This is October 17th through the 19th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's no giveaways, no food, purely just for line control.
And can you tell us a bit more about the pop-up, the brand, how many people you expect, et cetera?
Yes, so Houseplant, they have ceramics. This is Seth Rogen's brand, and it's more going to be just like a gallery showcase of his Gloopy ceramics collection. So guests will be able to come in, check out the collection, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the goal for them is just for customers to come in and be able to physically touch the products before purchasing. So there will be a really nice gallery upstairs. We're keeping it kind of, more of a relaxed art gallery sort of ambiance for this one. And I think we're expecting, ideally, it would be great to have about like 300 to 500 people per day. That's if people actually show up. So that's kind of where we're wanting to get this whole partial sidewalk permitting situation in case like there happens to be a large amount of people showing up at once. So
can you talk about how the line would run?
yes, so it would start in front of our establishment and go towards Houston.
Okay, I have this diagram that you submitted.
Yes, it's pretty plain, but basically the purple lines are the stanchions and the arrow indicates where the line would be. So we pretty much keep it very tight. There's a lot of sidewalk space for, passerbys and stuff to get by. And then of course we have like our on-site staffing there as well as security. The gentleman that was replying to my application asked for more details. So I just put the little furniture the existing furniture that we have that's on our little patio awning area there.
Okay, so that's not on the sidewalk.
No, it's not.
Okay, is there going to be any amplified sound outside?
No sound at all outside. We'll just be having like a Spotify playlist playing inside.
Okay. Are you aware of the event that happened a few months ago that was supposed to be a sidewalk closure that ended up going to a full street?
I believe that was Fenty.
Yeah. Do you know what happened there? Because we had a lot of complaints about how it was disrupting traffic in Soho, and no one knew it was coming because it was supposed to be a sidewalk, and then we weren't informed it turned into a full street apparently at the last.
Gotcha.
Like
that.
Do you have details on what transpired?
I don't have any insight. That was not our team's project, so it was another internal team. So I unfortunately don't have any like additional details as I wasn't like the champion for that one.
Was the same for Houseplant?
No, the Fenty one, they applied for sidewalk and then it turned into a full street.
Okay, I understand, but for the same company?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so, and you work for Shopify or someone else? Or
I do work for Shopify, but we have different internal teams that host events there. And that one specifically was not hosted or like produced by my internal team.
Yeah.
It's all Shopify.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up on Google Maps. Do you know how many people ended up showing up to the Finty one?
I'm honestly not sure. I'm so sorry.
So this runs north towards Houston. Okay. I guess that's it. I mean, it would be good. I don't know if there's a way that you can check internally and kind of get back to us with some answers on that, because I don't think we ever heard from Shopify afterwards, sort of.
Oh, gotcha.
What happened and why it changed. So maybe that's something you could take back if you don't know it now.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I wasn't aware, but I will definitely ask the creator partnerships team, and I have Florence's email, I believe, so I can send her any details that I receive.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is we just want to make sure it doesn't happen again. Like right here, again, like if you're saying it's a curb lane, it's not going to close the street, and then it closes again without us knowing, I mean, that would be really bad.
Yeah, for sure. We will definitely not need to close any streets for this pop-up. So, I mean, if anything does change, of course, I will email, but I do not foresee that happening at all for this one.
And no celebs are coming on this one?
No celebrities present.
Okay.
Oh, this is not overly licensed.
Well, it's a celebrity-owned brand. Yeah. Okay. Pete, you had your hand raised. We took it down. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for pushing on this about the ultimate responsibility being with Shopify to the community. And whether or not the team is aware or not of what Shopify caused previously, it is Shopify again. And I think it's really important because we see this elsewhere, where there's a lot of stepping back from the responsibility of the company when trouble happens. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will for sure take this to the team. This is the first time hearing about it, and we for sure don't want to have like any slide on our name. Going forward, I know that we will be applying for more of these permits, and like understanding the correct way of going about it is, of course, like something that we want to do. So I will take this back to the team and get back to Florence with any details that I receive.
Yeah, I think that'd be really helpful. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, next up, October 17th, Do Away, sponsor Radon Johnson, Broadway between Broome and Spring. Promoting you. Hi, Radon. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry. Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Good evening. Can you see me? I'm sorry. My videos.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Okay.
There we are.
Hi.
Hi.
How is everyone? Thank you for taking this evening to do all of this for everyone.
It's our job that we do not get paid for.
It's our volunteer job.
Again, I appreciate you. So thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, if you could just give us an overview of your event, that would be great.
Okay, so I had a similar event this summer, June, in the same location. I didn't have to do this last time, so forgive me if I don't answer correctly or if I'm a little slow to answer. But the event is a beauty brand, and we will be handing out samples of our all-natural makeup remover. We have these little satchels, and they'll have little samples of the makeup remover. We're teaming up with Unite for Her, a breast cancer organization, ovarian cancer organization that give back to women fighting breast and ovarian cancer. We're just teaming up with them. Of course, I know I cannot sell anything at the actual pop-up, but we will have like on our pop-up table, which is about 40 inches high, 30 inches wide in diameter, we'll have like a sign that just says we're partnering with them. If anyone purchases from our website, they will be a donation of $1 of their sale will go toward that company. And it's just to bring attention to both my company, Balian, and Unite for Her in unison for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And that's it. No food will be given out. We were planning to have a small speaker either on the table or behind the table just to have some music. We had it at the last event. It didn't seem to disrupt anything. We didn't have it super loud. It was just to have a vibe that was around the area. And the last time we had about, I don't know, maybe 20 people at most just waiting online, because we will have an Eventbrite sign up link where we capture people's emails, and it's just a free sign up just to say, come to this open event. And then anyone from the public who comes up and chooses to receive a sample will have a QR code on our pop-up table, and they'll sign that, they'll scan that QR code, and they'll sign up to our newsletter, and then that way they'll receive the free sample. I think that's about it. And we'll have it outside of Bloomingdale's, which is where we had it before. It was up against the building where it was still for rent at the time, but it was out of the way, and we made sure to keep the crowd within the parameter so we weren't blocking any doorways. And of course, keeping it against the storefront so that it didn't block any of the sidewalk. But it wasn't.
What's the approximate address?
504 Broadway.
Okay. And is that, I'm looking at Google.
Between Spring and Broome.
Yeah. Is it a vacant storefront now, or is it an occupied storefront?
I believe it's still vacant.
That's where
Bloomingdale's, and then right beside it is vacant. So there's Mac, Bloomingdale's, and then if you're going towards Canal Street, there's a vacant building. Yeah.
And what's the name of the brand is Do Away?
The name of the brand is Balian. The product is called Do Away.
And who do you work for?
I am the founder of the brand. I'm a makeup artist by trade, and I created this brand, and we were on Oprah's Favorite Things. So.
That's huge.
Yes, thank you.
You don't have to do any giveaways. You should be set for life now.
I wish, but no. Not hardly. I'm still hustling.
Good.
And so it's a table, and then are you gonna have rope and stanchion too?
So we were planning on possibly having like a director's chair, if anyone wanted to sit and try the product on their hand. We were not planning on having any rope. We didn't have it the last time, but if that's necessary, then that's something that I will get, but we did not have that last time.
Did you say you had at most 20 people waiting in line last time?
Honestly, it was probably like less than that. Probably about 10 people, because last time we were giving away free ice cream, so that really drew a crowd. But even then, it was the middle of the summer on a Friday afternoon, and even then it was about 10. I don't think it was really 20 people at a time, honestly. But we gave away about 200 samples total while we were there from, I believe we were there from like 12:30 to 4 p.m.
Is that the same hours you're gonna do this time?
We're planning on doing 12 to 5 p.m. So 12 to 12:30 will be set up. And then 4:30 to 5 will be the close down. We'll bring our trash bags like we did the last time. And we'll collect any trash and whatnot, and of course, throw that away.
Sound permit?
What's that?
Sound permit?
I think they said yes. And the sound is gonna be at a low decibel?
Yes, it's a small speaker. It won't be anything like, we won't have any professional DJ or anything. It's just a playlist of mine that I'll have playing.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours. 4 hours, well, 4 hours, really. Yeah, Pete? Pete, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I live on the block to the north, kind of across the street from Sephora. And I think you guys had a truck in front of Sephora this summer?
No, we weren't in front of Sephora. We were in the same location that we're requesting this time, is literally right outside of Bloomingdale's. And we just had an ice cream truck the last time. It wasn't even a truck, actually. It was a cart. I'm sorry. It was a cart on the sidewalk. And we were right outside of Bloomingdale's.
Ah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care, guys. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, the next one, right across the street, White Fox Matcha Cart at 513 Broadway. Katie, I will promote you.
So number 7, we skipped,
What?
we're skipping 7?
Yeah, withdrawn.
Barrel Block Party has been withdrawn.
You might want to just reply and say yes.
Okay.
Sorry to be backseat carrying.
Katie, please go ahead.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I work for Food Truck Promotions. We are putting on an event for White Fox. They are an online only clothing brand. It's going to be a 1-day event on October 19th. It will be with a branded food truck handing out free matchas and free merch. They're going to be handing out sweatshirts to the first 500 to 1,000 people that come, and they will hand things out until supplies run out. The permit we have is at 513 Broadway. We have activated there before, and we do have good relationships with the existing businesses that are around there. There will be no amplified sound. We will have stanchions and staff for line control. We'll have one security guard to ensure the pedestrian walkway is still usable. The load-in will be at 8 a.m. The activation will start at 10 a.m. It will end at 4 p.m. and then we will load out right after that.
Let me see. Did you guys send in a site plan?
I am not entirely sure.
Let me check.
We have a photo of the wrap if you would like me to show that.
I think I have it. Here,
Okay.
let me see if I can share it. Is this, this looks more like a truck than a cart though. Is this it? Or is that?
Yes, it is. It's going to be with the food truck.
So it's a truck, not a cart. Okay.
Yep, a food truck.
So this is are you going to have the line on the sidewalk or the curb lane?
The line will be on the sidewalk.
Okay. Did you apply for partial sidewalk also?
We did.
You did, okay. I think the one we have is just curb. I think the one we had was just curb lane?
Curb lane only.
We had curb lane only, but maybe you updated it?
Yeah.
I think, didn't we have this last time? They can only choose one or something?
So, yeah, sometimes it's a separate application.
In the notes, it says.
West sidewalk for ropes and stanchion. Okay. So it must be a separate app.
Lane and park.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a truck, not a cart. And you're gonna have people lined up along the curb, like on the sidewalk, but along the curb?
Yes.
Okay. You said you have 500, you have up to 1,000 giveaway items?
1,000 sweatshirts, yeah, for merch giveaway items. And then matchas will probably do around 500.
Okay. So if you were to give away all 1,000 early, you would just, the event would end?
Yep. Yeah, it's really just until supplies last.
Okay. Are there any celebs associated with this or coming?
No, there will not be.
Okay. Are you or someone from your production company going to be on site?
Someone will be on site. It will likely be David from my team. I will not be on site.
Okay. Hi.
Here to watch. What's your trash plan?
We will have a trash can available, and then after the activation ends, we'll remove the trash, bring it back to a facility by our warehouse, which is in Astoria.
Cool. And then are you gonna run the line north or south?
I believe we talked about running it north, but I can double check and we can get back to you.
Okay. Anyone else in the room? Pete, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a little confused, and maybe it's because the paperwork we're seeing online is old, but if you're giving away 1,000 sweatshirts, but your attendance is maxed out at 199, that means
That's the SAPO system, because they automatically put curb lane events into that bucket, Pete, I believe.
Yeah, that was my other confusion, because it's designated a small, and therefore the fee that the applicant pays to the city is the lesser fee. But now we're hearing that it's a much bigger event. So anyway.
Yeah, my understanding of the SAPO system is if you choose a curb lane only, there's no way to make it a large event, I believe.
So what is this designated as?
It's a curb lane. So the SAPO automatically takes any curb lane event and makes it a small event. It's based on the classification of the event, like a full street event would be a large.
Okay, I just want to make sure that the city and the community are being paid for what's being done. Thank you.
Sorry.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks so much.
Okay. So we have Tops. There's 3 different Tops events. Hoping we can take them all at once.
Baseball cards?
I don't know.
That still exists.
Number 10.
10, well, 9, 10, and 11. We have someone here from Tops. Richard. Okay, let me, I'm going to promote you, Richard, to panelist.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I was chuckling at the comment. Does that still exist?
So it is the baseball card company.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't thought about Tops in
Forever.
but glad you're still going strong.
Certainly still going strong.
So
we just, yep.
Richard,
Go
are
ahead,
you
sorry.
representing B Corps or you representing Tops?
B Corps. So we're the experiential agency. Tops is our client.
Okay, great. Are all three of these associated with each other?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like there's three within our district, so I don't know if there's an efficient way, if they all sort of look the same.
Yeah.
And you
They
can
all do.
run through what it looks like, and then we can talk about the individual locations, if that makes sense.
Correct. Yep. So copy paste. So we basically just finished up our MLB tour. And Tops is planning a grand launch for their NBA series on the 23rd of October. And so we're doing a series of Gorilla Street pop-ups, so to speak, drive-bys, where we'll have the truck pull up to different curb lane locations. We'll be giving away free drawstring clear Tops branded bags with flyers promoting the launch event at the NBA flagship store, which I believe is on the 23rd. So this is really just driving awareness, building traffic, so that people know what's going on. We'll have one BA really kind of positioned outside the truck along the curb lane. We will have 3 iPad trivia stations alongside the truck as well, where basically people would come up, answer a 30-second trivia, which kind of just gives you, collector's education, so to speak, and helps people to really get to know what the different cards are. So we have relic cards, different types of trading cards. And once they do finish the trivia, then they're awarded the clear Tops branded bag. Whether you successfully complete the trivia or not, everybody's going to walk away a winner. We have about 200 bags to give away, so that would be our anticipated max traffic during the 3 to 4 hour activation. See if there's no signage posted outside. We're not expecting a crowd. However, we will have stanchions inside the truck should we need to do line control. We intend on applying for a sound permit with the precinct, only because it's, we'll have a serving window. It's going to be open. We'll be playing music from the truck. So we just want to make sure that, we're mindful and following the right compliance. That's really it.
You said giveaways is flags?
Bags.
Bags, yeah. Clear drawstring bags.
Clear.
And no card giveaways?
Unfortunately, no, because the NBA cards are going to be officially released on the 23rd.
Cool. I thought cards would bring more of a crowd, so that's why I asked.
Yeah. They usually do. When we just finished our MLB tour, and we gave away a ton of baseball cards, which is what Tops is mainly known for. And yeah, that did draw a crowd.
There's nothing else. There's no other element besides the truck itself. There's it's just people just go through the truck window.
Correct. We do have the iPads on these kind of poles, so to speak, which are going to be alongside the truck, right up against the curb lane.
Is the truck branded?
It is branded, yes.
It's just a normal size.
Yeah, it's a normal size step van, kind of like a food truck, with the serving window that you can open.
Okay. So why don't we talk about the locations and times? So we have, it looks like the 19th is Washington Square and 6th Ave, is that right?
Fifth.
Oh, there's two on the 19th, one 5th Ave and one 6th Ave. Is that right?
Yeah.
On the 19th should only be one. Let me just verify. It's it's Washington Square Park. That's the designated location, so to speak, but we're going to be approximately at 1 5th Avenue. So it's at the intersection of I believe Washington Square North and 5th Avenue.
And what are the hours for that?
That one will be, let's see, we're planning for a 4:30 to 7:30 activation window. So setup will be somewhere around 3:30 p.m. where we're just gonna get in position, make sure everything is set and ready. And then we'll wrap up at 7:30, which means we'll be driving off no later than 8 o'clock.
I think is it gonna be across the street from 1/5?
It's going to be.
I think there's a bike lane. I believe there's a bike lane in front of 1/5, if I'm not mistaken.
When I check, let me just re-verify. I'll pull it up on Google Maps as well.
Right?
On Fifth Ave?
On 1/5, which is on the east side of Fifth Ave. I believe there is a bike lane.
I think it's not a painted bike lane.
I'm pretty sure I ride that one.
Oh, all the way up. I'm thinking next to the park, but further north, yeah.
Yeah, in front of 1/5, it's.
When I checked, I don't recall seeing a bike lane on there.
There's definitely one in front of 1/5 Avenue, because I live right there and I ride it.
So and let me throw this guy here. Okay, so Google Maps does not do a good job because it looks like some construction was done and then the photos got updated. I'll share my screen with you and you kind of tell me what is current, so to speak.
Did they actually want to be here?
Where?
Like,
That's a no standing zone, I believe.
so they have to be.
Because that's the bike lane merges with the street there.
So
If you're seeing my screen, we were thinking of being somewhere here.
That's
So on the other side of the street,
That's
2 Fifth Avenue. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I gave an approximate address because I couldn't really see the specific address. But yeah, it would be somewhere here, which is where we're requesting.
Okay. I think that's okay, as there's an area where I think it becomes no standing when you get close to that intersection, so you just have to be careful. Alternatively, like you see where that truck's parked right there, if you go back.
The ice cream truck?
A lot of people do activations over there. And it seems to work fine, so that might be better, but I think if you're on the west side of Fifth Avenue, as long as you're not in a no standing zone, there are legal spots there. So that either one probably works. You have to make sure you're not in a no standing.
Correct. We will, and I believe when I went through SAFO to verify this, they said it was an approved location. But again, it's kind of difficult to see. Actually, this does kind of show you a better picture of it here. So there seems to be some parking spots here.
Like that, I think that car's actually in a no standing, but I think if you go a little further north where those other cars are, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So then and again, I'll physically verify. It was just a bit tough with some of these outdated photos. But if that is the case, then to your point, what we'll end up doing is
a lot of people go there. A lot of people go. Okay. So that's 4:30 to 7:30 on the 19th.
Correct.
We had one for Tops the Cage, which also the 19th. Is that?
That shouldn't be the 19th. Let's see here.
18th?
The 8th should be the 18th.
See, okay. We have an application from September 30th that says the 19th. Has that been updated?
We did a number of these. I'm going to log back in real quick. I'm going to just quickly stop sharing screen so I can enter my credentials. It's always been the 18th. I'm not sure why it's showing the 19th on your side.
Is it event 892832?
892832, correct.
I don't know. This is what mine says, so you can see, but it's fine. If you're telling us it's the 18th. 18th? Fine. See?
Yeah, it's the 18th.
Check with SAFO.
Okay. So the 19th is actually the 18th. Is it 2:30 to 6:30 still?
The times will, let's see, because we're not by the park, so it will be the same. Will be the same.
4:30 to 7:30?
4:30 to 7:30, yeah.
Okay. So same time, different day.
Different day, correct.
Okay, and so the address there is what?
The approximate address,
Basketball court.
again,
Basketball court, okay.
yeah, it'll be slightly north of where the court is. So they know there's a hydrant there. So when I spoke to Safeway, they wanted us to push it up. But I would say like 272 6th Ave, I think, is the approximate address.
Hold on. I do a lot of Google mapping.
Here.
So it's
the corner, yeah, it's the corner of West 3rd and 6th Ave. And the truck would be just right there in the east curb lane, right by the basketball court.
we'd be closer to 4th Avenue.
Yeah, I think like near where the West Fourth, I think near where the
4th Street, sorry.
where restaurants, like here,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay, so you just be up in the curb lane towards West 4th on the east.
Correct.
Line. Okay.
Correct.
I think
Yes, that is correct.
Well, at some point it becomes a right turn lane, so
Yeah, there is a
careful there.
yeah, there is, I think, where the parking kind of stops, the designation stops, and then it does become a right turn lane. So yeah.
Yeah, so
So you'd be sort of right there mid-block
Yeah.
before it becomes a
Where the-
turn lane?
Exactly. I would say
Streetlight.
just before it becomes a turn lane.
Okay.
at the streetlight.
Yeah, that's always a very busy block.
So it's technically here. I'll share this with you real quick. So
Yeah,
We got it.
Okay.
okay.
And then the last one is Christopher Street.
Yeah, that's there's a trade-in hobby shop there called Bleecker Trade-in. And so
I've been by there, yeah.
okay, yeah, we'd want to be pretty much just positioned outside of Bleecker Trade-in.
What's the address? Do you know offhand?
It is 32, actually, no, let me go back, sorry. Bleecker
96
Trade-in.
Christopher.
96 Christopher is correct, yes.
Okay, let me check. This is a pretty narrow sidewalk, if I remember, right?
It is a narrow sidewalk, so the idea for this one is to involve the hobby shop a little bit more. And so if we're positioned directly in front of them, then we may infuse the hobby shop as well.
Yeah, I think I would recommend, oh, this is a tough one. There's always a huge line there because of the pizza place, Lindustry. So I might be challenging. Do you know, have you seen the line there that's there every day?
No.
It's like there's a massive line there every day. It's probably like the most hyped pizza place.
Wow.
Right now, the line's always going down the block and blocking the sidewalk. It's already a very frustrating situation.
This
Wow.
way.
The line runs basically right in front of their store. They're probably very frustrated by it, to be honest, because the line always runs right in front of their store.
The alternate area we could think of is potentially going here by the corner on Bleecker.
That might be better.
That might be better, to be honest. I mean, the store is probably very acutely aware of it, and it's an unfortunate situation that they have to deal with that every day.
It's a good problem.
But
Well, for the pizza place.
yeah, I think that might be better right around the corner.
Okay.
Otherwise, the sidewalk's gonna be like a total zoo.
You like,
Yeah.
you have to do your giveaways.
Yeah. It would be really confusing for everyone.
Yeah. That's good to know. Thanks for sharing that.
That's what we're here for. Local knowledge.
Yep. Unfortunately, the pizza is also good, but.
Yeah. Name of the pizza place.
Lit Industry. There's always like a 50+ person line.
What's the name of it?
Lit Industry.
Industry.
How good could it be?
All right, I think, oh, and the hours of that, do those differ, or is that one differ, or is it the same hours?
It should be the same. I'm verifying right now. This one is going to be a little bit different. So thanks for calling that out. This one, it's going to be an activation between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Cool. What day of the week is that? That's the what, Monday?
That's the 20th. Yeah,
That's a Monday?
that's the 20th. Yeah.
All right, well, maybe it won't be as bad at the Industry.
Yeah, you might actually.
I still think around the corner is better, but if it were a Saturday, I would say, totally forget it.
The Industry opens at noon, so.
Okay.
We might catch the lunch crowd.
Yeah.
Anyone have anything else? All right. Thank you, Richard.
Oh, no, thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right. Okay. So that's those 3 events. So the next I have is item 12, Amex Sigma. Hey, Tommy, promoting you.
No Amex card. No Amex card. Just what I needed, another card.
So shiny.
Okay, let's see. I am at mom's house traveling and the internet here is terrible. I'm gonna try and go online. Oh, look at me. I'm in like a spooky house for Halloween.
Broadcasting from a horror movie.
And Stella is here also because I didn't know I was even gonna be able to get on. I told Florence I couldn't even send email earlier. Mom
Okay,
gave me
well, promote Stella too.
Thank you. Before we start, I want to say that the location that y'all steered me to at 13th and University was loved by the client
Great.
That was and evidently it's, and I think, Will, you may live down there. So I think it's a really extra big space. So it wasn't just a curb lane. It was a curb lane and a little bit of extra.
Yeah,
So-
it widens, yeah, because they filter people down because you're forced to turn there. If you're coming up University, yeah. It's a good.
The client was not happy at first because they wanted University and 14th, but they were absolutely thrilled after they got there. So I want to note that.
Good to hear. Great.
So I'm bending the bandwidth by being on camera. So I know Stella has the site plan and I know we sent it to Florence earlier.
Yeah, I can share it. I can share it. Hold on.
Thank you.
Probably easiest.
Thank you so much. This is pretty easy. It's being promoted. It's for American Express. That's it right there on that picture, the rendering with the yellow gold bar at the bottom, which is just basically the stand for it. It's a 8-foot wide by 6-foot tall by less than 1 foot deep replica of a card. You can see there's a QR code on the card. Bless you, Mom. And there's a QR code. That's it. There's a brand ambassador. The brand ambassador will have cell phone cases is what they're telling me. I may not be describing it right because I know that not one size fits all. So I don't know how they're handling that part of it, but it's a cell phone case. Maybe it's more a unisex. It fits more than one size, but if you have an American Express card and you stop and you take a picture of the QR code, which then shows you the benefits of the card. They are not promoting this. There's 3 locations around the city. They're doing it on the same day, which is a Tuesday, I believe. And they're not promoting which locations. They're saying look for us in 3 different locations around the city. One of them happens to be in Brooklyn, 2 are in Manhattan, 1 is in CB2. I'm going to call it surprise and delight. That may be an incorrect term, but I see this card, take a picture of the QR code, and it tells you the benefits of this new card, which includes, I think, a $895 fee. So
It's called the Sigma card?
It's Sigma Mirror, MIRROR. It's supposed to look like a mirror. So
It's targeted to younger.
Does it have different benefits than so it's different benefits than the Amex Platinum?
Isn't it just the new platinum?
Or is it just a new Platinum? Yeah.
It might be a new Platinum.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, but it's the rendering that is in the picture below where there's 2 people standing kind of gives you a really good depiction of what it looks like. And it sits in the curb lane. We don't expect a crowd to grow. It's basically take a picture of QR code and that's it.
So no giveaways or anything. It's sort of just a sculpture.
Did you say the case?
Giveaway.
iPhone case.
Right. Yes, correct.
They're probably making it fancier than
They're
that.
making it shine more like a mirror.
Can we, is there any way we can push this event setup a little bit further, like 6 a.m. instead of 5?
Absolutely. I can tell them.
I mean,
I don't think it's going to take very long, though.
I think taking the spot is fine. In case there's construction, we'd rather have drills and stuff running later. I don't know how much construction is required.
So just so you know, it's a singular card. The prop is a singular card. 2 people will carry it out. They put the wooden stand down below and they just slide it in. I think the assembly of this takes about maybe 8 seconds.
Fine.
I don't think they need 5 a.m., but that's what they asked for.
And it's out there from 8 to 6.
That's what they asked for, but the reality of the matter is when they're done with the phone cases, they're packing up and going home. So
and how many of those do they have to give out?
I think 300.
Okay. And
they're not giving them out to everybody.
No amplified sound or at all? Okay.
Nope. And no stickers on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to ask about that. Okay. Anybody else have anything? This one seems very straightforward.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks for having us, guys.
And thanks, Stella. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, next we have Sansi, 131 Green. Adam. Hi, Adam.
Hi, everybody. Can you see me? Am I coming through? Okay, cool. Hey, everybody, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for hearing us out tonight. Where to begin?
Let me see, I can maybe pull up your.
Are you with Party or?
Yes. Yeah, my name is Adam. I'm a principal at Party. And I heard, and this event is hosted at the Shopify space, and it's for a skincare brand. And I heard everything you guys said earlier about the Fenty thing, and that sounds wild. That's nowhere where we're going, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know if I got a diagram or run of show or anything. If you sent it to Florence, my apologies, but did you send anything across or?
I believe we did. We sent like a redlined sort of questionnaire.
Oh yeah, we got the questionnaire. Okay, so can you just tell us a bit? Okay, so this is from October 22nd to October 24th.
Yeah, exactly. For this, we're just looking for a curb lane for fabrication trucks to pull up for Wednesday, Thursday. and partially Friday, what is that, 23rd, 4th, and 5th. And then the event only goes live just to RSVP guests Saturday and Sunday, and it wraps Sunday night and will be cleaned up Monday and out the door.
Okay, so it's really a 2-day pop-up on the 24th and 25th?
No, whatever Saturday, Sunday is,
25th and 26th.
Yeah.
And so are you applying for, there's no activation outside, it's just rope and stanchion?
Yeah, rope and stanchion just in front of the store, and maybe if it needs to help, but I don't think so. They're doing everything very kind of curated with their guest list, so everything is RSVP and timed entry. And most of the activation is not to push for a lot of sales or guest count. It's mostly like a lot of social media stuff that they'll capture for their team to promote their online sales like around the country or elsewhere.
Can you talk about the rope and stanchion plan and how many people you expect are going to come?
Yeah, the Shopify team, the sort of like in-house security team will help manage that. My team helped with the Dairy Boy event about a month or two ago. And for that, we actually had a queue permit that went down green towards Prince. For this, because they're doing the timed entries and they're not really bringing a lot of people, they're mostly just keeping the front of their store as mindful as possible. And telling people to leave if there's a line kind of queuing and come back at the appropriate time, just to sort of their guests to get more familiar with that RSVP format.
Okay, yeah, I see on our questionnaire you said guests will not queue, they'll be given a card to return.
Card or a digital RSVP. I mean, they're really told through the way that they digitally reserve their time and stuff like that.
Okay, so I guess, I mean, how long would you let the queue get before you ask someone to come back? I'm just trying to understand like how much of the line would actually form here.
We're hoping there's really no line that forms, honestly. I would say that as soon as anything grows past, the business next door, people would be told to please, kind of dissipate and come back. We've talked to them at length about this. They really don't want to do any kind of line queuing in the front. They want to get a more refined system for the RSVP and timed entries and very modest guest count that they're aiming for throughout the weekend.
So what happens inside?
Inside is going to be decorated sort of like a living garden. The brand sort of has this very organic touch points. And so there's be a lot of sort of garden bed props and a couple of areas for retail displays. Yeah, they have a partnership with Sun Life, which has a business a few blocks away. So at the beginning of each day, with the qualifying purchase, Shopify has like a built-in cafe station inside. So with some sort of qualifying purchase, folks will be giving a matcha on their way out.
So I'm looking this up. I'm seeing that this brand has over 100,000 Instagram followers and it's associated with Pamela Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Is it realistic to believe that this is going to be very small and not attract a crowd of people?
I think so. They're not bringing her Saturday and Sunday. And on Friday evening, they're having 50 people into the store, into the back where there's like a lounge to do some kind of book signing. But that's the only involvement that she'll have. And they don't really want people to get the wrong idea that she's there. So they really push the agenda that this is not like a Pamela sighting type of an event.
But even if she's not there, it's like a pretty well-known brand, right?
She'll be there Friday evening for like a private.
No, but I'm just saying, like, is it really realistic to believe that like people won't queue up at all?
That's a good question. I mean, I think if people do feel like they want to come by, the Shopify security team will move people along. Just being mindful of their neighbors and everything. And I'll be there
Yeah,
personally.
I'm just worried of like, you heard what we were saying earlier, like the last time there was like a celebrity beauty brand event there, they ended up having to close the whole street and it was a traffic nightmare. So I guess like how,
No, I share your concern for sure. There is just nothing about any of the planning for this that has any sort of hype factor. They're looking for something more that's just nicer inside, calmer experience versus like really pushing a lot of sales or anything that would warrant or advertise a larger turnout agenda or anything like that.
and what hours is it going to be open on, for the 25th and 26th?
I believe the hours are 10 or 11 till 7 o'clock. I want to say it's 11 till 7, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to have any amplified sound outside?
No, and hardly anything except like bird noises inside.
Is anyone in the room have anything? Pete?
Yeah. Hey, Adam. You mentioned fabrication.
Yep.
I'm curious, could you just tell us more about what the fabrication entails?
Yeah, for sure. It's a
And
lot of
where that will take place as well.
Sure thing. Here I can share like our work in progress deck, but for the most part, everything is going inside. It's a lot of prefabricated garden beds and sort of little trellis pieces that will be kind of fastened to a wall and stuff with some greenery on it. In this case, almost everything will be built prefabricated and kind of brought in and dropped, versus other jobs where it's like a lot of separate pieces that are kind of assembled and then organized and stuff. And the successful way we did it with Dairy Boy is our trucks were able to park just in front of the doors into the space and just carry things straight in, with very limited impact to any sort of crossing traffic on the sidewalk or anything.
Okay, so based on that, folks who live on that block shouldn't expect to hear any sawing or drilling or hammering or anything like that.
No, nothing is detail oriented or cut to size like that on site at all.
Great, good to hear. Thank you.
Sure. Does it help if I pull up the deck? Does anybody need to see that or?
I think I've seen that type of thing before, so.
Okay, all right. Great.
I see another person from the public with their hand raised. Lula, I'll promote you. Do you have a question or comment on this event? Hi, Lula. If you have something on this, please go ahead.
Hi, I had a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I live on the same block, and I had a question where you guys brought up Fenty as an example. And that was a time where NYPD had, because I was involved with like figuring out why the lane was closed when it was not supposed to be. And NYPD made the vendor get a $25,000 a day permit for queue management. I'm trying to figure out how does CB factor into that, and because for me that's a pretty big burden for any vendor just for queue management paying 30 grand a day.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. I mean, I think you have to ask NYPD. I mean, we're pretty in the dark on that one too, because the event, like for the Fenty one, for instance, what we were presented as community board was a curb lane.
Yeah.
And then without us knowing, it was moved, I believe, by NYPD because I guess they made the judgment that the impact, we don't know, right? That's why we were asking the question earlier.
I see.
So no, I mean,
because that's not in the hands of the vendor or anybody applying for the permit, where if NYPD makes that call.
Yeah, I mean, no one came before us telling us that it was going to change. So that's why we're trying to figure out, that's why we're asking questions about what happened. So I don't think I have an answer. As you are asking questions, so are we.
I think that I get it. So like, let's say tomorrow there's an event that I'm doing, and then all of a sudden NYPD decides, why do I get to be the devil, when it's not my fault?
You have to take it up with them. It's a good question.
I see.
So the NYPD has the authority, I believe, to make a judgment call based on public safety, right?
Yeah.
But again, this specific event you're referencing,
yeah,
what happened, the judgment call they made, if it was in fact NYPD who made the final call, that's not something that they necessarily will talk to SAFO and or CBs about. They'll just make a judgment call based on safety being the most important item.
Okay, so how is somebody who's applying for a permit supposed to know that if NYPD is going to make the judgment call the day of?
Well, I believe when you're talking through the SAFO process, they should fill you in on the fact that that's a possibility.
Okay, so if I were to apply for a vendor permit with you guys for a sidewalk permit, I should bring that up where?
Yeah, I mean, if you're applying for a permit, ask the question to SAFO, right? We're an advisory board. We can only see the applications that go in through SAFO.
Yeah.
And we can only see what's put in front of us. So yeah, I think you should have that conversation with SAFO if you're going to apply for a permit. And we're happy to advise based on what we've seen in the past.
Yeah. Because I live in the block,
yeah.
and always activations happening everywhere on Prince and Green, and Shopify's business model is activations. So this is not the first time and the last time there's going to be lines there. And I love being a part of the community. And even though some neighbors disagree with it because of the lines, I think it helps a lot in the community. Kind of like this place was dead 7-8 years ago. And now we have a regular influx of business that gives a lot of money to cafes and all the local businesses.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks for the comment. I mean, we need to move on to the next app because we still have a lot, but
thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Someone else had a hand raised as well, so I'm going to allow them to talk. Oh, they lowered it, I think. Okay. Does anyone else have a comment on this application specifically? Okay. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, the next event we have is Monos, October 25th and 26th, Mercer between Prince and Spring. Kristen. Welcome, Kristen.
Hello, sorry, taking a second to load up here. Thank you so much for hearing us out. I have a small deck to share. So I'll pull up that on my screen. There you go. Can everyone see that?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So my name's Kristen, and I am representing Monos. I'm from the XM agency. Monos is a Canadian luggage brand, and they're opening their first store in New York at 120 Mercer Street. So we have applied for the curb lane and partial sidewalk closure for the opening weekend, which is Saturday, October 25th and Sunday, the 26th. As I mentioned, it's at 120 Mercer Street. And I'll get to the site map in a minute, but essentially we're going to park 3 Brooklyn Coach Works Defenders in the curb lane. And this is to draw attention, obviously, to the new store, but the brand collaboration as well. They did a luggage collaboration with Brooklyn Coach Works. And then we'll have this rolling serving fixture on the sidewalk near the curb in front of the cars, where we'll have 3 brand ambassadors. Sorry?
Are those like vintage Land Rover Defenders?
Yeah, they've been refurbished into like Monos colors. But yes.
I really like that car.
Very
Sorry,
cool, yeah.
personal comment. Nice.
So in front of the cars, we'll have this little kiosk where we'll be handing out cans of cold brew unopened, as well as a Monos postcard. So we'll have 3 brand ambassadors handing them out and doing line management. This is the full site plan. We have the kiosk that's on the curb, or sorry, on the sidewalk near the curb, the 3 Land Rovers. We have a couple plants that we'd like to put alongside the kiosk just to create some ambiance. We also have an A-frame sign, as well as the 3 brand ambassadors, 2 behind and 1 over here, 2 security guards, and then this is the line will come this way, and we have stanchions to control the line as well. And I think that's it. Oh, the run of show. So Thursday, we do have a production parking request in, and then the actual event happens Saturday and Sunday. We'd like to park the cars from 9 to 7, but the actual store is opening. It will be open from 11 to 6:30.
Each day?
Each day on the Saturday and Sunday, yes.
So nothing's happening on Friday.
Nothing's happening on Friday, no. We were wondering if we should, so we're not from New York. We were wondering if we should put in for a production parking to make sure that we can hold the spots for the Land Rovers. But we don't actually need anything or won't be using it for production parking that day. We just weren't sure how busy the parking is on Mercer there.
This is New York.
Probably never hurts.
I know.
Yeah, probably never hurts to put it in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And so what's sorry, you might have said it before, but what's being served from the little cart thing?
We have 1,000 cans of cold brew per day that we'll be just handing out for free by passersby. As I mentioned, it's a Canadian brand. We have very little brand awareness in the US, so this is really to let people know that we're here. They will be promoted on their social channel, but they don't have a big American following, to be honest, yet.
How many people? So you have 1,000 that you're.
We've purchased, like we have 1,000 that we can give away, yeah, a day. But it really depends on how busy the traffic is on the sidewalk coming by. I don't think there'll be a lot of people heading down just for this.
Have you? I'm just thinking about the queue line and the 5-foot.
Yeah.
Have you considered blocking off, applying for a curb lane permit as well to potentially block off the curb lane and have the queue there? I'm just asking because I'm looking at Google Maps and it's like, if you're running it along Mercer, it looks like it might be tough to maintain that 5-foot.
Here. So have the line.
What some people do is like behind where the Land Rovers are parked, you could just block it off, the line with like the orange barriers. I'm just looking at Google Maps and like, in case, unless I'm wrong, it seems like the 5-foot might be tough.
Okay.
All right, let me share my screen. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. It's hard because when we go on Google Maps, there's construction hoarding up in front of the building, so you can't really see the full depth of the.
Yeah, but that's exactly right. So I'm seeing that.
Oh, it's there where that
I'm
is.
just assuming like if the line runs this way.
Got it.
Because of those stoops, 5 foot, pretty tough. So
where the store is actually where that hoarding is.
Yeah. I'm just saying if the line, but you're going to run the line from the store to this direction?
Yeah, in that direction. So what you're saying is have the kiosk on the sidewalk, but then have the line like skirt onto the curb lane behind.
Yeah, that's what some people do. That's, I think, one of the applications, I think the Overland one, that's what they're doing. One who presented earlier. Because if you block it off with like the big orange barriers, that like, or like police barriers or something, then you can make it work that way without blocking the sidewalk.
But then our kiosk can still obviously be on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see what it looks like in front of that store right now. So as long as there's 5 foot of, because of the construction.
Just don't put it there with the stoop that I presume is also in front of that store based on the other shops in the street. Don't put it in front of that stoop because you still need the 5 feet in front of the stoop. So just put it offset with enough room for people to be able to flow by.
Okay. The kiosk has a depth of 2 feet as well. So there should be at least 7 foot wide sidewalks there. So we should have the clearance, right?
Yeah, just not like right in front of the staircase, I think would be problematic.
Okay.
Someone go raised hand. Raised hand.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Pete, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Kristen. Since you're not familiar with this block, it's a very lightly trafficked block by pedestrians, but each of those buildings to the south of you has residential up above, and the staircase that goes up from the sidewalk is pretty much the commercial entrance to the store, but the other doorway is for the residential component of the building up above. So it'd be great if you could just be mindful of that when you're structuring your line.
Absolutely. And that's why we were trying to keep it, and we didn't want to block any other residents or businesses. So we were trying to keep it on the curb side. It's close to the cars and now on the curb lane as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next, we have item 15, October 25th, 26, Parlou Eilish Fragrance at 570 Broadway. Or Parlux, maybe? Parlou?
Hello.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. We have another event. So Billie Eilish is the brand that we're working with. It's with Billie Eilish Fragrances. So it will be 2 days on October 25th and October 26th. So it's going to be the same location for both activation days. It's going to be at 570 Broadway. We have activated there before. We have spoken with neighboring businesses and have great relationships with them. We will be promoting the Billie Eilish fragrance line. They will be giving away mini fragrance samples that will be prepackaged. There's not going to be a celebrity appearance. Billie Eilish will not be there. There's not going to be any amplified sound. We are going to have 300 people per day, so 600 people total. For both days, the load-in will be 10 a.m. The activation will start at 12 p.m. The activation will end at 6 p.m. and we will load out right after that. We will have rope and stanchion to guide the line. There will be security present just to ensure any line management. The line will be facing north to avoid the subway entrance, and the vehicle will be in a curb lane and the line will be on the sidewalk.
Wonderful. This is a very common spot, right? This is where we tell them to always go north towards Houston.
And she has anticipated our question and needs.
Yes. I wrote that down last time. Yeah.
Sorry, just I want to make sure I got it because you went very quickly, which is
Sorry.
good.
Yeah.
Helps move along. Did you say there's amplified sound or no?
There's going to be no amplified sound.
And it's just no food giveaway. It's just mini fragrance.
Exactly. Yes.
If it's only 300 per day, wouldn't you expect to get rid of that before 6 hours?
Yeah, it's just going to shut down once supplies have run out.
Okay. That seems like that could go fast.
Yeah.
And it's just a branded truck?
It's a branded tuk-tuk. So it's an electric small vehicle.
Branded tuk-tuk. Okay. I think And sorry, how many folks do you have on site?
We will have 3 brand ambassadors per day, 1 support staff, 1 security guard, and then 1 production manager from our side.
Great.
And sorry, I noted it further up. What's the name of your event permits? No, sorry, NIFTA.
Yeah, NIFTA Inc. And then we work for Food Truck Promotions, which is under.
Okay. All right. That's a standard near Sephora type thing. Okay. Anyone else have anything?
No.
All right. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. We have next item 16, Kawa or Chawa. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Promoting you both now.
Hello.
Hi, Valerie.
Actually, I joined through the link and we have a company email, so I think my name came in as hers, but she's actually also on this chat. I had the question earlier to see if we can add her as well. My name is Rosario. I didn't know how to change my name. Sorry.
No worries. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm on now. So, hi, I'm Valerie. Thank you guys for meeting with us. So I'll kind of just give you a rundown and then let you guys ask all the questions. So first, we're Theme Queens. We're an event design agency overseeing this activation on behalf of Kawa House. It's a coffin company introducing their new product line and rebrand. This activation.
Sorry, what'd you say the name of your agency was?
Theme Queens.
Queens.
I didn't get that.
Theme Queens, event planning and design.
Theme Queens?
Theme Queens.
Theme. Yep,
Theme
like
Queens.
theme parties. Yes.
Theme Queens. Sorry.
No worries.
I said B Queens. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so the activation we're doing, it's designed as a community-focused interactive pop-up. It's not, our primary goal is to bring brand awareness, sampling, and engagement in a safe and organized way. Just to kind of give you, I know we sent all the documents. Did you want me to pull it up, or did you guys kind of just want me to give you a rundown of the event?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it now. I see there's something that's Broadway that's like between 17th and 18th.
Yes. So we originally put in this application a couple of weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, for East 14th Street between Broadway and 4th Avenue. At that moment, we were assigned a rep named Christopher, which we kind of gave him a little bit of the scope, and he let us know that we can continue with the application with the address that we had. And then a couple of days later, our rep got changed to Halia, who was super, super helpful. And once we re-explained the scope of the event to her, she kind of let us know that we would have to go more east. So at the moment, we don't have a pinpointed location. We wanted to get some guidance from you guys after you hear the scope of the event to see if this is something that we can do in the area. And to be completely transparent, this is our first time also getting a permit with New York City. I don't know if it might be better if we showed you guys over the design, and I can go ahead and share my screen so you guys can kind of see what we're trying to do with Kawa House.
That would be great.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not sure how to, oh, I see it. Okay, let me know if we're all good. Can you guys see my screen? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So again, like Valerie was explaining, this is a rebrand for Kawa House. They have a lot of locations in New Jersey and in the Midwest. They also have a couple locations in New York City, and they're looking to bring brand awareness through merchandise, sampling, and social media. So this is a mock-up of a rendering for the activation. So it'll be 22 feet wide, 9 feet high. Obviously, we know there are certain parameters around the Sapo medium application. So we're gonna make sure that we don't go past those 9 feet and also 10 feet in deepness. And we also had here some high top tables that we wanted to put on the side or in front of the activation.
I'm sorry, can I just stop you for 1 second?
Yes, yes.
Where was this, where was your, I need to know where, like, we can't really opine without having any idea where this is.
Right, correct. So, so the original location was East 14th Street between Broadway and 4th Avenue.
And which part of East 14th were you taking out?
I'm gonna go ahead, I have it here pulled up, exactly the, 1 second, I don't know how to change this.
Yeah, so originally we were told that we would have to go more east. But due to the scale of the event, they even asked us potentially this maybe even increased to a plaza event. So that's why, I mean, we got guidance from Halia and said, hey, just jump on this meeting and get on, like, just explain your event and they'll kind of give you guidance. So that's why we're kind of explaining it to kind of know where we're even going and if it could be a curb lane sidewalk, because we applied for the curb lane and the sidewalk closure.
Yeah. So if this is on the north side there, leading into that side plaza of Union Square, that's not our community board actually.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we don't really have the authority to actually opine on that at all, unless you're saying it's going to be moved to the south side of 14th. But you can't because there's a bus lane.
Got it.
Okay.
I guess a follow-up question to that, is there anything within your area, seeing the scope of an event like this, that like a curb lane or sidewalk closure or a plaza near your community that could be a potential location for this event?
So the two plazas that typically get used in RCB are Astor Place and Gansevoort.
I think Astor makes sense for this.
Okay. That was actually our second location choice. We had a Union Square University Boulevard as the plaza one, and then our second choice was the Astor Place one. So you're saying an event like this, just so I know, would be okay for Astor Place?
Well, we would need
Not on our board either.
We need to see, like, the actual site plan drawn up.
Okay.
For Astor, right?
Gansevoort's bigger than Astor, and so orienting how long the stuff is would be hard to do without the site maps. And
I'm sorry, I didn't get the name of the other one, just so that I could write it down. You said the Astor Place, and what was the other one?
Gansevoort Plaza.
Gansevoort Plaza. Okay. Gotcha.
And those both fall under the same, like, we would have another meeting, I assume, like a community meeting
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't have time to do it at this date.
Yeah, they told us 11/1. That would be our next projected date.
Or no?
We applied for the Plaza one 2 days ago. No, last Thursday.
But we haven't been assigned an agent just yet.
Did you apply for one of those two plazas?
We applied for the University Plaza. We didn't apply for both.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I think if you were to apply for Astor or Gansevoort now, you'd be subject to the standard deadline. So it would have to probably be later in November.
Okay.
If you can get it to work on the plaza you've already applied for, I don't know what the university, it sounds like that's one not in our district.
Okay.
You should speak to, is it CB5?
Okay.
Community Board 5 on that one. But like, we want to be, obviously we want to be as helpful as we can, but we don't have the authority to like opine on stuff that's outside of our.
Okay, and just as a quick question, just to see, because the client, of course, we're going to tell them all of this. They did not want to change the date, but we completely understand because of the scope. With the original address that we submitted the application, which was the East 14th Street between Broadway and the 4th Avenue, is that like a no-go? Even if
I think it's a no-go. I think it's a no-go because it's an active bus lane.
Gotcha, understood. Okay.
And would there be, and I guess if we, like we said, scale down the event, is there another curb lane sidewalk closure that would be available on the 25th that could potentially be, you know?
Yeah.
My recommendation is if you already got the application in for, what is that plaza, between 17th and 18th? And Broadway and Park, is that the one you already put in?
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
good location.
my recommendation would be like, if you're already making progress on that, you probably stick to that.
Okay.
That's the top of the square, isn't it?
I think this is,
Yeah, it's CB5.
Yeah, Union.
the plaza.
I'm sorry, if that's.
Oh, yeah.
That's the farmer's market.
Yeah, you can't do it. That's, anything that's in a park
Gotcha.
has to.
That's not the farmer's market. It's.
Okay,
it's
that was the address we got out of Sapo.
It's north of Union Square.
But
North of it, okay.
But where's the plaza? Yeah.
There's no actual plaza.
There's no plaza.
Well, you know what? It's because they closed the street.
It is. All right.
So they call it a plaza.
I have it pulled up. It's like a.
It is.
Okay.
This is my childhood home.
Okay. Again, speak to CB5 would be my recommendation. We can't, again, like if you're going to apply for something different, you're most likely going to be subject to sort of the deadline, and you'll have to choose something after that deadline.
That sounds good. Just one more question so that we're able to present our client with a sort of option if they wanted to keep it on October 25th or scale it up and do it for the plaza. Is there anything around the area for you guys that would be available if we scaled this down for the type of activation?
You could almost anything.
But we don't keep track of, I mean, we try to, but SAPO holds the master database, so you'd have to check with SAPO.
Okay.
Like, we can't tell you offhand if something is reserved already or taken. Because although we do a lot of work, we don't have full access to the SAPO database, unfortunately.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Yeah, speak with SAPO, they'll help. And then I think with that one identified site you have, you should definitely talk to CB5.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you for
perfect.
including that.
And our district manager just put in the chat the contact info for CB5.
Awesome. Thank you guys so
Sorry,
much.
we can't be more helpful. It just turns out that that's not in our district.
No worries. Thank you guys. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, BOJ coffee cart activation. Is anyone here for BOJ? I'm not sure we heard back from them. That's 2 events. Nobody from BOJ. Yes, Pete.
Yeah, I was looking forward to hearing what this crew was going to say, because it's a massive description in their paperwork. It says they don't know how many people are going to show up. They're planning to give away 2,000 items, so they cannot guarantee any numbers. So
Yikes.
I know you guys for a no-show give a recommendation of deny, I believe. I think that should be done in bold letters and capitalized for SAPO, because what's on paper here is really sketchy and trouble. It's my block too, so.
Isn't that the embargo block, or am I one block off?
That's my understanding. And of course, in the notes, they say we'd like to be as close as possible to the Sephora.
Yeah, and that's an embargo block. So I don't think SAPO will give that to them, but yes, we will flag.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me speak to it.
Thank you. And then the other one is Union Square, East 14th between Broadway and University. No show. I mean, it's a no show. All right. Okay, we'll move on. So next we have Halloween pickleball.
There are 3 remaining attendees.
Anyone from Halloween pickleball?
Pickleball, spooky. I just said that.
No one from, oh, yes, wait.
Say your joke just louder. Yeah, I think so. You're whispering.
Sorry, Valerie, are you Halloween pickleball or no? No, okay. So that's a no-show, okay. And then we have Robin Hood Foundation.
Carbone.
November 1st. Yeah, I think the Halloween pickleball is not gonna fly. Anyone from Robin Hood Foundation?
Yeah, that all those. In the chat, there, sure.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes, I see now. So Caitlin, yes, Eric Skate. Yes. And Adam's already on there. Eric Skate, sorry.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Is Jason Bensavenga with you or no?
Not that I'm sure,
Okay.
but we did have some folks joining from agencies, so if you are, just let us know, because might not have spoken with him. But I think we're ready to go. Oh, yeah, Michael Blaze is with us as well, if you can please add.
Yep. Look at this, we're gonna be 11 panelists and no attendees now.
We wanted to make sure we had a full house, so it's our first time presenting to you guys as well. So thank you all for having us. I'm Caitlin, and I'm here on behalf of Carbone Fine Food in partnership with the Robin Hood Foundation. We're proposing for a one-evening community-focused activation on Saturday, November 1st. And Robin Hood is one of New York City's leading nonprofits dedicated to fighting poverty across all of the boroughs. They fund hundreds of programs providing food, housing, education, and job opportunities for New Yorkers in need. The goal of this activation is to raise awareness for Robin Hood's work and do that alongside a community event. So the event will take place on Jersey Street in between Lafayette and Mulberry. We're requesting street closure from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. and to allow time for setup and breakdown. All elements will remain on the sidewalk and curb lane, including small tasting stations, signage, and decor. The event will be open to the public with attendance managed via an Eventbrite guest list to ensure the space remains safe and accessible. We will not be promoting the event beyond limited online mentions and expected media coverage. There's no paid advertising or large-scale promotion, and we will be mindful of neighbors throughout the setup, event, and breakdown, keeping noise minimal. 3 licensed security guards will be on site from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. to manage crowd flow and ensure safety. Cleanup and waste removal will be handled immediately after the event, returning the street and sidewalk to pristine condition. Sound will be limited, appropriate for an evening community activation, and emergency vehicle access will unobstructed unobstructed at all times. And that pretty much highlights our event.
Who do you work for? Are you an agency or you work for Robin Hood?
I work for Carbone Fine Food.
I'm just gonna share the site plan if that's okay.
Of course.
Just to make sure I have it.
Looks like Valerie. She looks like Valerie.
Is this right?
Yep.
Okay. And this is like this is basically like an alleyway almost, right?
Yeah, it's a really small street. And where we have all of our items positioned is up against Teresi, which is one of the restaurants of the company that owns our sauce brand.
It's where like the library is.
Yeah, I know. And so, sorry, are you gonna have folks like, do you have to like have your ID check to go in? Are there wristbands? Like, are you? Can you just go through that a little bit? Because it's, and you've applied for a temporary SLA license?
We can't apply for the SLA license until we have the street closure confirmed.
Okay.
But we are in conversations with our liquor lawyers.
Okay.
We'll only be serving canned beer and wine, and we will be checking all IDs. As you can see, those yellow triangles represent security detail. We'll have security checking everyone's IDs upon entrance and managing entrance and exit up there, and we will have wristbands.
And what's happening on the Lafayette side of the street? Is that just blocked off?
Nothing, yeah, we will be blocking it off. I'm working with Sonny Stellman. He will be bringing NYPD barricades for that side of the street.
So the food and stuff is all gonna be on the rampway on the library side, is that right?
I think this should be on our side of the street, not the library side, but I was working with Party Up. If Michael is on, if you can just confirm. I think we're keeping that to the Teresi side of the street, but I know
Because it's a really small patio or small sidewalk for you to set up on.
right, we measured everything, myself and Jay from Party Up Rentals who we're using. So everything should fit within the sidewalk.
I guess I'm not sure how we keep the emergency lane here. It just seems really tight.
Well, if you put the stuff on the sidewalk, and then I think people just walk in the street and eat the food.
Yeah, nothing will be in the street, just people. We've confirmed everything and measured the entire street, the sidewalks, and that ramp by the library. But we do want to be mindful that the library closes at 5 on Saturday. So the event doesn't begin until 5.
Have you talked to FDNY yet about the concept of keeping the fire lane open here? That's honestly my biggest concern is like the emergency lane, because it's super tight.
We have not, but we have measured to make sure that emergency vehicles will be able to clear the street. And again, only people will be in the street. There will be no items in the street.
What is the measurement that you're talking about?
I'd have to go back to the notes on my phone because I was there in August. I actually live in Los Angeles, so I don't have that readily available. Let me
The lane looks to me like it's
I think it was 15
very
feet.
close.
You have 15 feet, you think?
It's very close. But like to me, it looks like stuff.
I mean, like that's just the street. Like if they're not putting stuff in the street.
Yeah, but it's just, I'm looking at how narrow the sidewalk is, like.
If that street is 15 feet, then the sidewalk is not as narrow as it appears in this photo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be helpful if you could just share, if you could share with us some of the measurements.
Yeah, I'm pulling that back up. 1 second. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't question.
The 70-inch sidewalk, 86-inch ramp. The street's 141. 13 is the curb. These notes were taken on the street. It's hard because Jay isn't on here who is helping me, who's actually placing all of the items. I don't know if Michael from his team can help me answer these questions.
Absolutely, I'm on.
Thank you.
Wait, so it's 141 inches, so that's 12 feet, less than 12 feet.
That's the street.
But yeah, they can't leave more space than.
So if it's an emergency, they'll have to be on top of the sidewalk.
But aren't you supposed to leave a 15-foot emergency lane?
Isn't that predicated on the idea that it's more than 15 feet to start?
Well, that's why I'm asking what FDNY would say about having an event on the street like this narrow.
I would tell FDNY to go 1 block south before they make their turn.
Right, if they can't get through the street anyway, it shouldn't matter.
But yes, talk to FDNY.
It's not typically really a through street. It's kind of just.
Yeah. Hi, guys. It's Adam. We did a fashion show at Cortland Alley
which is exactly the same size as this alley. And we did a street closure and FDMY was there and everything was fine. Same thing, we did like little benches on the sidewalk and the street stayed open. If the fire lane is dictated by the width of the street, so we can't have any wider of a street than what's given to us. A fire truck can get down a street that's 12 feet. And if only people, then the people would just go against the building on the sidewalk if the fire truck does come down. But FDMY had no problem with us at Cortland Alley. We cap it at 199 or less people, so there's no TPA needed. But FDMY approved everything at Cortland Alley. This alley is exactly the same size.
So I was about to ask about the attendance. You said 199 people, max?
Correct.
Yeah, that's our max at any given time, and we'll have security keeping track of the number of folks inside.
And can you go again over the entrance policy? So you register for an Eventbrite. Can you also come off the street?
You can, but there's going to be a standby line, and they're going to be keeping track of attendees. We will have a list for anyone who is confirmed attendance, and then we'll leave maybe 20 to 30 spots at any given time for walk-ins.
Where's the standby line going to run?
I would say up against the restaurant on Mulberry, and we'll have rope and stanchion if needed, but we're really hoping to prevent lines by our RSVP process.
With the street, I mean, you're a very popular restaurant brand. Congratulations. I do kind of wonder if folks should need to line up on Mulberry for this.
I mean, let's see, Mulberry's, you won't be able to have a line on Mulberry and have a 5 foot.
Yeah.
A 5 foot required pedestrian lane.
That spicy rigatoni is calling out.
If you look how narrow the sidewalk is on Mulberry, SAPO requires a 5 foot pedestrian lane for any time you line someone up on the sidewalk. If you look at that sidewalk, it's quite narrow.
We can make it so that the Eventbrite makes it RSVP only if that is a concern. We haven't gone live with that link yet, so we can definitely work to prevent any of that.
I think the Lafayette side has a little more leeway. Isn't that a better?
I would agree.
Like I would prefer to we have small street locations here in Little Italy, but like we would want people from the public to be able to go to this event. I just know it being a small space and you'd all be in an in-demand restaurant that folks may end up queuing, and so it should be a plan for that.
I think along Lafayette, there's much wider sidewalks.
It's not 103.
I would agree, having been there. I think the Lafayette side is probably, if we did have to have a line, it would be there. And look, this is going to be it's going to be like a donation only type thing, and everything's going to Robin Hood Foundation. So I would like to get more than just the RSVPs if possible. But if that's the case, that's the case.
Okay. And remind me the hours one more time. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You're closing?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, just to make sure we have ample time to set everything up and break down, but it'll probably be a lot quicker than that.
And then the event starts at 4 or 5?
5 to 8. We wanted to wait until the library was closed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it's just amplified sound for those 3 hours?
Yeah, and we'll make sure we're within the city guidelines.
Okay. Anyone else have anything? It's definitely a unique location.
A lot of people do like fashion shoots.
Yeah. Yeah, but those are a lot shorter. This has more going on for sure. Okay. Anybody else have anything?
Thank you for doing a nice fundraising event.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Last one, Zepbound. Think anyone's here for Zepbound, because we have no more no more attendees, so that's a no-show. Okay, so before we go into business session, we're gonna bring up item 22. So
FYI renewals.
Well, hold on. Item 22, for folks who follow us, we do this every October. We have to put together our contribution to the district needs statement and budget priorities. Those are all posted publicly on CB2's website every year. We want to open it up before we go into business session. If anyone from the public wants to make a comment on our district needs statement or budget priorities, please raise your hand now. Okay. So with that, we are going to go into business session. So let's take it from the top, and then at the end, we can talk about DNS budget.
Don't we need to do the FYI renewals in public session?
No, because those aren't agenda items up for discussion.
Oh, okay.
So, okay,
Anything with the DNS, I'll be right next to it.
okay. So let's take it from the top.
Production parking for the carpet.
All right.
I'm good with, yeah, Armadillo Gaia.
Yeah.
Are we all good with that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recused? Okay. Just check. Okay, Ed Ma is still on. Oh, no, we have 4 in the room anyway.
Amy Lee?
Yeah, she wasn't. We still have quorum. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna note before I forget.
Rails?
Rails.
Strange event, just like wildly overbuilt.
40 to 60 guests.
They're never gonna have a line for more than 2 seconds, but yes, I mean, they're not, if she takes down the DJ and not do the sound, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
She said she would.
If she takes down the DJ.
Yes, I think we just need a whereas, or therefore.
Yeah. Their
approval.
Provided that they conform to.
Taking down the sign.
Our discussion in the meeting, which included just the line on one side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they agree to no DJ? I think they said they'd consider
But
it.
that's what I was saying, like, approve unless, and like, I would even be fine with the DJ, they just would have needed to do more outreach and stuff.
Yeah.
I think we're approving it. We are recommending that they don't have the DJ. We are saying if they do have the DJ, they must do community outreach.
Yeah.
I don't think they agreed.
So we'll just say, we'll just say approved in line with the revised site plan that we discussed and noting that this is our suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recused? Okay. ADL, LALD?
Overland Entertainment?
Oh,
Brandon.
no.
ALD.
Aim Leon.
Yeah, because they were first.
Yes,
Yeah.
Brandon.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Fine.
Which one are you doing?
It's just the branded Porsche, the one that is in person.
The people that were in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Yeah.
Amy De Leon.
Fine.
I'm fine. It's Wednesday to Friday. It doesn't seem like they'll have the same issue they had last time, but we should just,
I walked by it last time and it was quite nice to have the street closed, so.
all right, so all approve?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
abstain, recuse? Or oppose? Okay. Overland. It's already fully booked.
Slow down. Just slow down.
Yeah, it's a queue, 100 guests per session. That's fine. It's already fully booked. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay. House plant. It seems fine. I mean,
No outside set, no celebrities.
I think if they have another strike, then I think we need to start punishing future applicants, but until they do.
yeah. I think we see what happens on this one, but she said she wasn't part of the last one, so it is what it is, but like the last one caused a lot of disruption, so. All right, so we're approving?
Yes.
Yes.
Any abstain, recuse, oppose? Okay. Unanimous. Do away. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that one seems pretty small impact.
Yep.
We all in favor of that one?
Cute.
I like hearing from the founder. That's great.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed, recused? Okay. Barrow is withdrawn. So now 8.
The matcha truck.
Matcha cart.
This one fine. Was there any issue with the, I can't remember if there's any issue with the sidewalk on this one. No, right?
It's gonna be hoodies, which is like,
1,000 sweatshirts,
Uh,
and it's also like a nice, that's a nicer giveaway than you normally get.
1,000 sweatshirts.
Where is this again?
Be online,
It's
right?
on Broadway. It's a Broadway, right?
13 Broadway.
I don't think we had any fatal objections.
Other than there just being tons of commercial events, it's no different than the others, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Opposed, abstain, recuse. Okay. Tops seems fine. I think we just note,
The Christopher reallocation.
yeah, and we just note some specificities of the Washington Square Park location, but as long as they choose the right, as long as they get the right location, I think it's fine.
Cool.
That's number 9.
Unanimous with like the location specificities noted.
9, yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, recused. Okay.
Number 10 on the 18th.
Yeah, oh, yes, and we note that, yes, we note that the cage is on, no, the cage is on the 18th, yes, you're right. You are right. Amex Sigma,
Fine.
that's basically just a sculpture, I'm fine with that, no amplified sound or anything. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain, recuse. Okay. I'm a little worried about this one.
Yes, it's going to be really big, I think.
Should we just note that in the past, events like this turn into full street closures? And like, if so, we need better notification that that's going to happen at the very least.
I think that's a good.
Are we referring to more than?
But they're going to say they don't know, and it's not their call.
What's that?
They're going to say it's not their call.
Oh, yeah,
And they're going to say the police did that.
but we can ask that SAPO notifies us, which I think we have. I remember we did ask them after the previous Fenty one. We asked SAPO to give us more notification if that's going to happen, and they said they would. But I think I think we can reiterate that.
They're doing time entry, which is.
Yeah. But I think we should just reiterate to SAPO on this one because it reminds me of the last one where it was a celebrity influenced. And so I think we should reiterate for SAPO, if they foresee a change, they need to notify us ASAP. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's going to be a second, therefore. Okay?
Yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain, recuse, okay? I think that makes sense. I think we just reiterate that SAPO should keep us as up to date as possible. It'd be a lot easier if we could access the SAPO database, but we can't get access. Okay, the next is Monos.
Seem very nice and accommodative to our suggestions.
Yes, I think we note the 5-foot pedestrian walkway does not seem possible as laid out. And they agreed to apply for a curb line. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're all in favor noting that they agreed to that change?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay. Parlux Eilish. This is only 300 and it's in a very common spot. This one's fine. And
Not a staff.
Billie Eilish is not attending. All in favor? Opposed, abstained, recused. Kawa is no reso.
CB5.
That's just not in our district. Hopefully they can figure that out.
Is that right? Like,
Yeah, we don't have a reso if it's not in our district.
Okay.
17,
16, 17 and 18.
17 and 20 are together. That's a no-show deny.
Nine, noting that it's on a
Vote embargo block, and note, it looks incredibly disruptive. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
18. No show.
No show, so that's a deny. All in favor?
Aye.
Just note as well, Halloween in the village is very chaotic, and it would not make sense to have anything, any sort of organized event, I think.
Or to play pickleball.
Yeah.
No offense to all of our the fans listening in.
Yeah, all in favor, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, recused.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. I mean, it seems like a good event and a good cause.
Hopefully it works.
I'm a little worried about safety on this block. It seems very claustrophobic.
It's a tight block. I walk by it a lot.
I think if it's only 199 people, I guess it works, but I think there'll be a huge queue.
There'll be people on the, yeah, it'll be tight. There'll be a line.
Yeah, I mean,
It's for a good cause.
I mean, I mean, I know it's like Adam and his team that are working on it and they know what they're doing, but I think it could create a huge line, but I think I'm okay. I'm curious to see how it goes on such a tight block.
The only thing that annoys me partially is it's majority pre-reg, which for like a brand like Carbone is just gonna be, a lot of.
Friends and family.
Yeah, or just like the super people, and for like a local fundraiser, you might like to see folks that are stumbling on the block, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad they are opening it up to the public.
The testing stations that they're gonna be on the sidewalk. Everything's gonna be on the sidewalk, and where people are gonna walk in the street, and then the emergency vehicles should be able to. I don't think they can actually climb on top of the sidewalk in case. Because he said 12 feet. I thought we needed 15.
I'm curious. I would be curious just to ask Sapo, what do you do if there's streets that are so narrow it's not possible for your 15-foot emergency lane to be enforced?
It would be a weird place for a fire truck to decide. I guess if you need to put out a fire on that block, then it needs to park there.
I guess I'm okay as long as FDNY is okay.
Yeah.
So I think we should just follow up on that. I'm just curious to hear what they have to say, and they may say it's fine. So I guess I'm okay approving it contingent on FDNY. I mean, I don't think we have to put that in resolution, but I just want to follow up on that personally. Is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
All in favor? Aye. Those abstain, recuse. And then 21, the ZEP bound is no show deny.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those abstain, recuse. Okay. So I think this one was all approvals other than the no shows.
Very funny. Sorry, the Jet Bound is a funny brand, like pharmaceutical brand, to do a street event in New York.
What do they do?
It's like an Ozempic weight loss drug.
Weight loss? Yeah.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. It's just like a funny. I don't think we ever had a pharmaceutical drug.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to hear. Okay. Let's just do the FYI renewals real quick, and then we can do DNS. Any issues on the FYI renewals?
No. Wait.
Movies on the cobbles and holiday lights? Nope. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Those abstain, recused. All right. I sent around our relevant portions. I think we can make this quick. Let me just pull it up again for everybody.
I like the red line that you did, you cross out.
Yes, I did. I sent a red line.
You decided to get rid of the restaurants are causing all the rats. Thank you for that.
Well, it was talking about the temporary open restaurants thing, which is gone now.
And also wasn't causing.
I think you did a nice, very nice job on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, most of this is left over from old work that we've done. Hopefully folks have already read this because not much has changed. This was just wordsmithing because we said additionally twice. I have it up on the screen. So that's just wordsmithing. Instead of is experiencing, I said has experience for tourism.
And are we ranking these?
So this is the narrative right now.
Okay.
We're gonna get, so this is not ranked or anything. This just goes into the overall story that we put on that we have. Yeah, so here, I just changed it to address the rat population because we don't have temporary open restaurants anymore. So if people are okay with that change.
So in your resolution here or in your comments, you talk about the containers for household and commercial.
Which part?
Garbage. I forget exactly where it is, but it's in there someplace. And restaurants already are required to put their garbage in.
Is this a budget request or just in the district meeting?
I don't remember what it was. It's there.
Let me control F, hold on.
We have to study the effects, study trash container, study trash containerization.
Yeah.
But it's already a requirement, so I don't know, we have to keep making.
Right here, we encourage the city to continue with expansion, such clean curb style containerization, containerized curbized composting.
I would like us to request capital funds to put.
Well, this is different, sorry, this is just in the narrative.
Yes.
Do you reword this somehow?
Just saying that it's already a requirement, so I don't know if you have to say it again, but it's okay if you.
What's under budget requests?
I think it's fine, because it's saying sort of stuff that has been tried already and we may try. If that's okay. And we are noting that regulations requiring trash containerization have already begun.
I think the most important thing is what I've been saying for years and years, collect the garbage sooner, which you speak about that.
We have that, yeah.
That's really number one. But
yeah,
it's not gonna happen because the unions don't like that. But that's another story.
The only other thing I wanted to bring up for the narrative portion is, I think maybe we're dealing a lot more with pop-ups now than we did the year before. And we mention it here a little bit. Residents are inconvenienced, neighboring businesses are hurt as temporary pop-up shops.
It's business owners that are already that pay taxes and are open all the time.
Should we add something just about how this
Remember the guy that came and complained about how at the last full board meeting, his business was ruined?
Yeah.
That day because we had no business whatsoever because of the street closures and.
Well, that was that multi-block festival that we denied.
What if we say something like just here, we say this growing problem. Why don't we just say like the city needs to focus on the growing problem of pop-ups, which continues to worsen year by year. I don't know.
That problem was not, that wasn't a pop-up. That was a multi-block street closure festival sponsored in part by the mayor's office.
Or maybe we say something then that like certain addresses seem to have become permanent locations for pop-ups, which generate repeated issues from multiple pop-ups in the same space, something like that. I think we should note that because that is something that was the focus of the letter that we asked Marte to send, was like identifying certain areas that are just basically spaces that are only seem to now be used for pop-ups, which is something that it's been happening before, but now there's more and more. So I would like to just add something to this if people are okay with that.
Okay.
Are you okay with me? I'll send around, we just need to agree on principle. I'll send around the exact language. But I think we just send around that something about there's more locations, increasing number of locations that seem to only be used for pop-ups, and thus generate constant crowds for, whatever, for the new pop-ups that always come in.
What's the budget ask?
What's that?
What's the budget ask?
There's no budget ask tied to
Just to know, okay.
worsening of, note, increasing specific spaces used for pop-ups. Okay. I'll go down now the budget asks.
I have one request, which is to revise or update our request to study trash containerization, to actually request capital funds for on-curb physical dumpster trash structures like they're piloting in Harlem and some of the other neighborhoods. This solves a lot of the problems that Rocio brings up, because then people are bringing their trash to physical locations that are on the curb lane. And we've had people complain to us when we had that sanitation thing about not being able to lock up their containers on the sidewalk because there's not 5 foot space.
Yeah.
And so I think we are a prime community board district to be able to do, and we're the most transit connected, included probably in the city. So we can take up some parking spaces for large trash containers.
So we have
Yes. Put it in front of your building.
How would we,
yeah.
Where you see,
I think they will not like it.
There's currently garbage bags on the street in front of my building. I'd rather be in the curb lane.
But those garbage.
I think we would switch it to
And it's gonna
implement.
say permanently there.
Yeah, it'll be in a plastic large box.
I have pictures of the one in Spain.
My
Fabulous.
parents live in front of one. Yeah, they're great.
Fabulous.
I don't know
The
what,
whole thing would have to be edited about how
yeah,
it's being rolled out citywide, and we request priority or
Put it in, it goes underneath the
request
sidewalk.
containers
You see that?
There's one, my
for
friend.
the community district.
so what would you suggest? Do you have a wording suggestion? This is what the current one says.
My wording suggestion would be to change it from steady trash to containerization for on-curb, I'm freewheeling here, on-curb trash containers as part of the city's, whatever it's called, trash containerization pilot, like I said. I would look up whatever they're doing in Harlem.
Look at this.
Pretty cool.
See, this is in Spain.
Yeah, no, it's
Look.
great.
So the people
We
open it
can't-
up and the garbage goes underneath the ground.
Oh, no, that's the dream.
I think we can't on the fly do it here. It just, we'll have to edit it to be about implementing containerization here in the district.
So you think we should change it to only be,
I don't want to
We don't need to
study.
study anything anymore. They're
They're
rolling
doing it.
out. It's happening
Yeah.
citywide. It's gonna happen over 7 years, and we're asking for them
okay,
to do
so
it
we'll
here.
just say allocate funds for large scale big bin containerization in areas within CB2 deemed appropriate by the city.
Yes, but not big belly, big bin.
No, big bin.
Look
Yeah.
at this one.
Yeah.
Look at this one, Bill.
That's more of a big belly, or is that a big bin?
This one, it's on the sidewalk, right? And you open up, put the garbage there. This, what we should have on each corner in our streets.
Totally.
Metal, the rats can't get into it.
I like that.
We probably also can strike the smart composting bins request, since we're now required to compost.
There's a lot of people that have said they still like using those bins.
Listen with the compost, it's a pain in the butt.
There's a lot of people, because a lot of people say a lot of people have told me that their buildings still aren't participating, aren't doing it in the right way. And so they actually like to have the option to use those bins. I would leave that for now. We can rank it low. I mean, people can decide if they want to rank it low.
Yeah, I would rank it lower.
Like, we don't choose the rank, like, it's in the executive committee that we rank the whole thing.
So it's not the buildings. The buildings don't do anything. It's the people that live in the buildings that don't do it properly.
Yeah.
Then it falls on the property owner, the superintendents, the porters that have to deal with going through people's garbage.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah. I have to think about the wording for the big bin. I mean, there's some element of like, they have to figure out exactly where they're gonna go and which streets it works on. So that's why I think having them looking into it is still, they can't just start putting them in random places.
And then do we want
I think there still needs to be, what I'm saying is I think there still needs to be an element of them studying.
That's fine.
So I think it's like study and implement where appropriate in CB2.
For smart compost?
No, for the big bins.
No, I don't want to conflate the two. We can have two separate line items.
But how can they implement?
I don't think there's any
they don't need to
study
do a study.
required. They're rolling it out, so it's just about.
But they have to figure out where the next pilot part of it's
We
gonna.
don't need to do their job for them. If they need to study, they'll do it in the way that they know best.
I still don't know if it's an expense or capital.
I think it's capital because they just need to pay to implement permanent physical structures.
I think so. Makes sense.
All right, I'll send something around. I'm with me.
For non-capital expense, do we want to
City
ask?
already has the legal authority to put garbage containers in parking spaces.
Who does?
according to the
Yes,
sanitation
mine?
department. According to this article about the rollout. I sent it to you, so.
Subject change? For a non-capital expense, do we want to ask for another staffer at SACO?
I like the idea, but I don't think we can ask for specific staffing in these.
And at parks, we asked for like gardeners.
I would hold off on that for now. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure that would solve all of our issues.
And the things that, are we taking out the things that we've requested already that they
Did they deny?
did not?
No, I'd like to leave everything in still.
Even though they already said no?
Yeah.
They may
Why?
change their mind.
It's part of us putting forth what we think is important to us.
We never have time to do enrichment presentations in our committee, but another thing that might be in our purview is more street tree coverage.
Oh, what?
Street trees.
Street trees. Oh, my favorite topic.
Should we request
Is that not already in
bioswales?
Yes, we should request.
We have bioswales?
Many trees
We have
die and then nothing happens there.
Include bioswale.
Then you just have an empty pit
I thought,
for years.
all right, I gotta find the old DNS. I thought CB2 always asked for that. But maybe it's from a different. I think that's a DOT.
Traffic and Transportation is doing it.
That's Parks Department with the trees.
Along the curb?
I don't, we didn't have that in our parks list, I don't think.
When you try to get a tree, you have to go to Parks.
You might have, and I'm just remembering poorly, we did this last week. I can look at our.
I don't think anyone's opposed to street trees. I feel like people always ask that.
Been trying to get one for the past 3 years in front of
It's
my
like one of the
house.
most popular things you can do, is plant more trees. I'm trying to pull up the old budget requests.
Oh, I didn't sign in my attendance. Did you sign me in?
Oh, yeah. Where are the final DNS budget requests? All right, how about we just, if no one else is doing it, why don't we ask? Great. Okay. Anything else? All right, great job.
Good job.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, it's good.
Good night to those online. Thank you for joining.
For many wonderful listeners and community members.
Yes, thank you. Good night.
How are you?